Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well and hope you can all hear me. Michael Mullins. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a one if you guys can hear me. Let's see how I'm coming in to you guys. The audio looks okay on my end. Indy says okay. Loud and clear. Thanks, Michael. Hey Silver Madness, what's going on, brother? How's everybody doing? Off grid? Hey bud, how are you? So we got, let me just say hello real quick to the people that are in here. Barbara Carbone was here a moment ago. She might still be here lurking. Oh, there she is. Hey, Barbara. We also have in here Silver Stacking Capybara. And just because it's a long name, I'm going to start calling you Cappy. We've got Indy-pendent Stacker, and I'm going to call you Indy. And then we've got Michael Mullins in the house, who is Team Novus. We've got Precious Metals updates. I'll probably start calling you PMU. And Terry is here. Hey, Terry. Linda Wallace. Hey, how are you? Everybody, look, Linda Wallace is one of the few people that I found that actually happens to have a Star Wars character as their profile picture and is into stacking. We got Silver Madness. He's all wicked. Oh, Ali Wicked, #1 sub. Sorry, hard to read with this. Oh, Silver Turtle. Hey, buddy. Just saw you creeping in here. Silver Turtle, you got to do me a favor, okay? I don't know how much of Sal's live stream you just caught, but he was doing the whole bit where he was calling the scammers. And I have a random sense of humor, if you couldn't already tell. And I was telling him a couple business ideas to tell the scammer, and one of them was to start a chicken farm. So he ran with that. And then the other thing I was telling him was, tell the guy once you make some good profits from your chicken farming that you want to start a wrestling school for little people, dwarves, because they're people too, and their feelings matter. And so anyhow, Silver Turtle, you got to do me a favor. At least one time before you leave Costa Rica, I need you to wade through the sand on your belly like a turtle. Just, dude, it would make me so happy. And I'm sure everybody would find it funny. Just something where you're just wading through the sand on your stomach, like like reverse snow angels. Precious Metal Update says, what I like, Precious, the Stacking Stormtrooper, that's what Barb calls me. Okay, I mean, hey, listen, if you want me to call you Precious, I can call you Precious. Um, let's see here. No, I wouldn't call you that, Precious Metals. Oh, my phone. Let me turn that down. Let me turn my phone down. I was like, I'm hearing something. I thought my wife was calling me for a second. Good sand in your shorts, Turtle. Terry, don't you think it would be funny to see him like lying on his stomach and just like kind of like pulling himself across the sand like a turtle? I think it would be hysterical. Hey Red, what's going on? You're not late. You're early. 8:30 was the scheduled time. I don't like when YouTube they don't give you 15-minute increments, so it's either 8, 8:30, 9, etc. Oh, all right. I won't call you Precious then. No worries. Um, but yeah, Red, you're not at all late. Oh, check that out. Somebody used the force. That thing's been falling down all all day. I'm actually I'm just gonna let it hang there. The show must go on. It's hard to stick stuff to brick. So actually here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna let you guys chat for a moment while I hang this thing back up. And 1 second. Let me try to do this. Let's see if I can operate. Okay. Um, Okay. Well, I don't know. You guys see me okay now? I was trying to get that thing back up there, but anyway. Couple things too that I want to do in here. This is I usually do this. I film from inside my home office, and as you can see, I live stream from in here too. At night, the lighting in here is kind of wonky. I only have a couple overhead lights, so I'm thinking I want to get like a lamp, probably like a pole lamp, like somewhere over there, something to just get it a little bit brighter in here. I feel like when I'm looking at you in here, it kind of looks like a dungeon. Let's see who else is in here. Chrispy, hey, what's going on, buddy? Forces treat me okay. My banner just came down a moment ago. If you saw me flop it in the sand, it won't be easy on the eyes. Silver Turtle, listen, you go look at my my challenge video to Novus, me accepting his challenge to battle me on my channel. I pinned a picture of Novus when he doxed himself on a coast-to-coast live stream. That's something that you cannot unsee. So I highly recommend, you know what? Since we're on here, I'm gonna make you all see this picture. Let me open up. Oh man, I'm not taking it easy on this guy. And Terry and Barbara were saying in Sal's stream they wanted to see blood. And so I just kept going at Novus, and he wasn't doing much of anything. So I don't know if I need to be afraid or what. What's going on, Seduced? Oh, no. Hey, everybody, give me a 1 in the chat if you want me to show you guys the picture of our buddy Novus Stacker. Yeah, it did, Chrispy. Yankee Stacking in the house. My man, my partner in crime. We're seeing a 2. Somebody doesn't want to see it. Silver Steeler's like, don't do it. Ali Wicked is saying 1. Alex Coinroll Hunter saying 1. Terry saying a 1. Okay. All right. Let me pull up this picture. I mean, it's pinned. He knows it's there, and he knows this happened. So let me just get on my YouTube channel for all of you fine people. Again, though, guys, if you don't sleep easy at night, I don't know if this is something you want to see. When I first when I first saw this picture, oh my god, I was like, oh my god, that's him. I was like, I don't know if I could ever talk to this guy again. All right, I'm going into my channel here. Hold up. Oh my god. Hey, it's his fault for doxing himself. That's all I gotta say. All right, videos. Let's find this video. Here it is, Time to Destroy a Rebel. 1 second, I just gotta pull this up, and then I'll share the screen with all of you guys. I pause that. Where's my pinned comment? Show more. Then I'll share the screen with you. And again, I'll give you guys a fair warning to look away. All right, there's the picture. Oh, it's loading. Oh my god. All right. All right, here, let me get the Google Hangout up and share my screen. All right. So hold on, before I show you guys Novus, do you want me to do this again? Like, you can't unsee this. So give me a 1 again if you want me to do it. Hey, Guido, what's going on, brother? Yankee saying I'm evil. Meanwhile, you're an accomplice. Did you see Novus's live stream earlier today? No, I didn't, Precious. I didn't PM you. I didn't see it. An evil stormtrooper. Guido, hi again. So, guys, do you want me to show you the picture of Novus? Some of you haven't seen it. Hey, Seduced, how you doing, my friend? Well, I'll wait to see. Hey, Hydroeconomist, what's going on, guys? Hydroeconomist, everybody, say hi to Hydroeconomist. I actually, for some reason, Silver Turtle saying show it. All right, I'll show it. Hydroeconomist, I actually just met him the other day and attended his live stream. He was blowing my mind with his live stream. He's got these really sick overlays that go over his live streams. I mean, the guy's like on a different level of technology. All right, Linda Wallace is saying show it. Okay. So here we go. Let's do share screen. Okay, guys, again, you cannot unsee this. So here it goes in 3, 2, 1. Bam. There it is. Behold. Frovis himself. Oh my gosh. There he is in all his glory. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. All right, hold on. Here, so I'm gonna stop. Oh, here, all right. Oh my God, that's too funny. All right, let me stop the screen share. All right, that was it. You guys got your glimpse. You got your glimpse of evil, pure evil. Novus Stacker. Kind of. Terry says, "Oh my God, oh my God." I'm like in tears right now, and I can't wipe my eyes. Actually, I have to take my helmet off to the side or turn my camera off. Hold on a second. But holy cow, man! Somebody should do a silver pour of that. Could you imagine how well that would sell? What would they name that silver pour series? The Goblin Pour. The inner city, the inner city drunken troll. I don't know. It just reminds me of like one of those dolls, like those troll dolls, but just a drunk troll doll. I don't know. That's me. Take off the helmet and wipe your eyes. No, frolicking Frovis. That's right, a frolicking Frovis. Oh man, Yankee. I'll just let the tears roll. I'll just let those tears roll. By the way, Yankee, I was impressed with your what do you call it tonight? The thumbnail. You've got the Vader's fist coming out of the wall with the lightsaber, and then the Silver Britannia coming out from the top. Did you design that yourself, or did you find that graphic? I'm actually kind of curious. Hydroconomist just dropping to smash that like. There's 20 Fury on here. I think it's time to pick it up. Hey, Hydroconomist, thanks so much, buddy. Yeah, everybody, hit the like button if you can. And everybody, too, if you could check out Hydroconomist's channel. He does a lot of coin roll hunting, but he's got a really cool a cool angle because he uses the different live stream bots that actually calculate the time that you're spending in his live streams. And then with that, you get Hydro Bits, which is his own created currency that you could spend on prizes. So I thought it was actually a really cool idea. And I might actually have to take that idea and run with it, Hydroconomist, and maybe issue everybody like galactic credits or something. Who's leaving? You designed it, Yankee says. Okay. Who's leaving, though? Alex, are you leaving? You say bye, Seduced and Yankee. Alex, like number 13. Bye, Alex. Okay, so Alex is leaving. Hey, yeah, guys, please make sure you hit the like button, either on your way in or your way out. Yeah, Precious Metals. It was very cool. He was telling me that he uses Streamlabs OBS, which I'm not familiar with. I know that a lot of people are starting to use Streamlabs as a workaround for, excuse me, for the recent YouTube rules changed with being enable or unable to live stream from your mobile devices. So I'm going to have to check out Streamlabs OBS and try to see if I could kind of make my live streams a little bit more dynamic. Clinton S is here. Hey, how are you? Do it, man. I got the idea from Seeker. I believe in open source ideas. Okay, Hydroconomist, I'll definitely do it. But guys, again, make sure you check out Hydroconomist. He's actually heading out, I think. He said he was just dropping in to say hello. But I was on his stream last night. It was a very cool operation that he has there. So check him out for sure. It sounds like Fiat to me, says Indy. So real quick, guys, Doctor Who wants a lot of personal information? I missed whatever you said before. Chrispy says, yeah, Novus was using Streamlab earlier today on his stream. Yeah, I missed his stream. I don't get out of work until 3 o'clock on most days. And then I have to scramble to get my one son from kindergarten and then my other son from aftercare, come home, try to get them situated with dinner. And then usually it's like the whole bath and bedtime routine. But sometimes I miss this stuff. Metal detecting with Austin Simpson. Hey, how you doing? Thanks so much for coming in here. Oh, Dr. Who says Streamlab. Okay. Doctor Who, I'm still gonna check them out. Just I'm curious because again, I want to see if I could put these overlays on my live stream, but you know, I also don't like to give a lot of my information out, hence the helmet. But so guys, tonight was basically really unscheduled. I mean, it was really like this whole afternoon I was kind of going back and forth. I was having these bursts of energy and I was saying, okay, I'm going to go on. And then I was getting tired. I'm like, screw it. I've already live streamed twice this week. I'm not going to live stream. It's Friday night. Nobody's going to show. Sal, he live streams, Silver Giveaways live streams. I know Half Dollar Makes You Holler. They live stream. But I figured, what the heck? May as well just do it. And then I decided last minute, I'm not going to. And then Sal said, all right, everybody's Stacking Stormtrooper. He's going to live stream, so I will see a multitude of gratitude. And then I said, okay, so Sal made up my mind for me. I guess I'll live stream. But anyway, let's see who else is in here. So, oh, Armando is in here. I see people saying, hey, Armando. So, hey, guys, so let me ask you a question here. Let's see. I think I minimized this. All right, so I want to really briefly talk about the March to 1000 challenge. So some of you have seen the latest video that I posted, and I just want to kind of talk about it, clarify a couple things if some of you have questions, because two people that I challenged had a couple questions about it, and I really was trying to be as clear as I possibly could about this March to 1000 challenge. So I felt like this would be a good opportunity to kind of you know, go over any confusion that some of you may have, or let me just explain how this works so that way you guys could understand it. I just saw a light turn off. Okay. So anyhow, so how this thing works is like this, okay? I started it. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, everybody knows that. I've talked about the channel's progress and that I'm looking to march to 1,000, etc. So I tagged 8 people. The 8 people that I tagged were people that have been subscribed to me from very early on, or have also had a role in trying to help my channel grow. And so I felt that it was only the right thing for me to do to thank them, to start the ball rolling by actually tagging them. So like Chrispy, I was brand new, and you know, I think he and I have only talked a couple of times once beforehand. He tagged me in the tag challenge, and that tag challenge was very, very new, and I felt like that helped me get a little bit more exposure. Yankee, I mean, the guy, he's been helping me tremendously. Same with Silver Dragons. I mean, the two of them were helping get me set up with Yankee on the whole gloves, no gloves thing. And then, you know, the other people too, I wanted to, you know, get them started in helping me as well. And again, give them the opportunity to have the chance to get in the drawing. So how it works is like this, okay? When you guys get tagged, okay, by a channel, it's actually very, very easy. It's very similar to the other, you know, channel tag challenge that went around. All you need to do is film a video saying that you've accepted the Stacking Stormtrooper March to 1000 challenge, and you show a video showcasing one of your favorite items in your stack. It could be a couple things. La Plata Peak, he actually finished his challenge already, and he showed off a couple gold coins that he was very fond of. So you make the video of the pieces that you like the most and why they're important to you. You challenge 3 people. You tell them to do the same to say that they've accepted the Stacking Stormtrooper Challenge, the March to 1000. Make the video about their favorite pieces, and then repeat. But the only thing you need to do is, after you film the video and you've tagged 3 other people, just take your URL for the video and just copy and paste it into my comment section for the challenge. That's it. So if you get tagged, you make the video, tag 3 others, take your video, plop it in the comment section. That's it. What will then happen is a stream prior to my 1000 subscriber celebration. I will probably, depending on how many people actually make these videos, and South Boston Gear says he's super confused. That's why I'm kind of talking about this, Boston. And Terry says you're confused. Overwhelmed, says Native Stacker. 3 subs away from 400 for Clinton. So you basically, you accept the challenge, you make a video showing your favorite piece, and then you put your video URL in my comment section that you made your video. That's all there is to it. Terry Rabidou, how is it confusing? Let me know so that way I could try to clarify better. Hey, Tessa Cunningham, how are you? Guido Stacking, I was talking with him earlier, and he said it wasn't confusing. And La Plata Peak, he did it right off the bat. I mean, it's like the channel tag that happened earlier. The only difference is once you make your video, you're just going to comment in my section with your video's URL. That's all there is to it. But let me know if there's other piece to it that confuses you guys. Let's see here. South Boston Gear says, my favorite piece is Novus. Hey, Tessa, I get it. I like my odds of winning that gold. Okay, so Indy understands. Thank you, Indy. I'm easily confused, Stormy. Terry, it's so simple. It's so simple. I'll do it one more time. You get tagged. You make a video showing your favorite piece. Tag 3 other people. Tell them that they're now been tagged for the Stacking Stormtrooper March to 1000 challenge. And then that's it. And then all you need to do is you just copy your URL for your video and you just put it in my comments of my challenge. You say, okay, Stormy, I completed the mission. I made the video. Here it is. That's all you have to do. It's very similar to the channel tag thing previously, where you would get tagged and you would make a video talking about your favorite video, and then you would tag other people. She's messing with me, Trooper, says Native Stacker. Damn it, Terry. Terry, honestly, you could have probably had me repeat myself like 4 or 5 more times. I hate you. I hate you. Meanwhile, Terry, you were asking for blood on Sal's stream. Were you not entertained? I hit him 10 times. I hit Novus 10 times, and he didn't hit back. Let's see here. It's hard for Terry because she'll have to make a video. Yeah, right, Indy. So let me just finish then. So once you guys are tagged, you put your video URL in my comment page. I'm going to be using the random comment picker to choose 10 of those people. So let's say 30 people make videos. The random comment picker is going to choose 10 of them. Then at my 1000 celebration, I'll have those 10 people as the finalists. They're going to be there. And then as the night goes on, one by one, I will take them and whittle them down until one person wins at the very end. That's how that's going to be. So it's basically your video is your entry into the sweepstakes. Nova's got to be planning an attack. Barbara, I bet he is. For all I know, that treasure troll is probably outside my house. Tessa, you know what? I said 3 people, Tessa Cunningham, but to be honest with you, yes. I mean, if you want to tag more people, I guess you can. I could change my description. The key is, though, Tessa, right? Because this is my my whole campaign to help get people over to my channel, subscribed to my channel, and making these videos. And so to reward all of you for basically doing that is giving you the chance to win that gold eagle. So yeah, I mean, I guess you guys could tag a couple other people, maybe 5, I guess. It's just that those people that you tag, you got to just tell them, make your video that you've accepted the Stacking Stormtrooper Challenge, make the video showing your favorite piece. Comment and sub to Stacking Stormtrooper. Anyone want to buy some Star Trek figures? South Boston, get out of here with Star Trek. Actually, maybe Doctor Who would. Novus is part of the Bearskin Rebellion. Crispy. South Boston calling me Buckethead. I don't understand, Stormy, says Terry. Stormy slapped Novus real hard. Yes, I did. And I revealed his face to all of you. Here's a question for all of you now, okay? At least for the content creators. Yankee, you and I have spoken about this, so you don't need to answer if you do not want to. But I feel like, Yankee, if you would like to. Barbara, okay, have a good time. Thank you for stopping by, Barbara. Enjoy. So Novus is probably watching on his phone. Probably is. Or somebody else's that he stole. So Clinton, I know that you're a content creator. A lot of us in here are content creators. I feel like the only people are Barbara and Terry that don't really produce content, but they'll post the content of people that they like. Guido's here. So I'm curious for you guys. Team Novus Rebel. Yankee, really? Wow, that kind of stings, Yankee. Wow. I'm kind of hurt by this. Okay. Live stream is over. Bye, everybody. No. Okay. So it looks like we have like half in here. Half Novus, half Stacking Stormtrooper. Rebels must unite. Yeah, but Yankee, this is a different feud here, right? The whole barehanded glove thing, that's in the past. This here now is a different feud. For those of you that don't know what this is all about, is that Novus, you know, he was kind of bent out of shape that I posted on my live stream. I was giving people the opportunity to win that evening with a question that was asked about Star Wars. It was, when was A New Hope made? What year? And then people just started putting their guesses. And he was like, man, you know, what's up with this nerd bleep? You know, this is unfair. You know, only the nerds have a chance at winning, etc. So he subscribed to my newsletter, and every time I send out a newsletter, he responds, which you guys saw in the video, like, what's up with all this nerd stuff? Stop sending me this nerd unite business, blah, blah, blah. And then he and I spoke, and he said, you know, it'd be a good idea if we had a little thing kind of like you and Yankee did, where he and I could kind of have a battle. And the whole purpose of this battle is that really it's not really like we're going to be slinging mud on one another. It's more of him basically trying to be convinced why Star Wars is an amazing part of pop culture, and why he should even give a rat's behind, and why he should even watch the movies. So basically, it's going to be my job to try to convince him to at least watch one of the movies. So that's basically what this is. It's to see if he could see my side of things. That's basically what this is. I'm a rebel without a clue. I'm my own grandpa, says Native Stacker. I just have no clue how to be a rebel or not a rebel. I am just me, says Tessa Cunningham. So Tessa, going back to your question earlier, though, yes, you can tag a couple more people. So if you guys feel like there's another 1 or 2 channels, tag a couple people. Indy-pendent Stacker. You might want to tag Indy-pendent Stacker. Those of you that are watching, you know, Indy-pendent Stacker. Okay. How about that, Indy? You like that? Or Doctor Who. Maybe somebody in here wants to tag Doctor Who. And I'm actually curious to see lightsaber battle to the death. Crispy, you know what would happen if he and I got into a lightsaber battle? He would be the guy that would just take out a 9mm and just end it right there. That's the type of guy Novus is. He's not one that will play by the rules. I don't know the last time I saw a Star Wars movie, says Independent Stacker, but that's okay, dude. I mean, you're not a part of this feud, and the whole tagging challenge has nothing to do with this, right? I'm telling people to tag you so you have a shot at making a video and being entered to win my 1,000, oh my God, it's a long day, March to 1,000 challenge sweepstakes. contest giveaway, whatever the heck you want to call it. Not a big Star Wars fan. I'd use a 45, says Doctor Who. Doctor Who, I feel like you're the type of guy that would use a frying pan. Doctor Who strikes me as the guy, like the guy, the old guy that would come out of the house, the brown socks pulled up to the knees, boxer shorts, and a robe, nothing else, and then with a frying pan. Like, you snooping kids. That's how I picture Doctor Who. I have no friends to tag, says South Boston Gear. Make some friends. Make some friends, South Boston. I saw the fourth one when it was in theater 20 years ago. Oh my God, that thing was awful. Let's see. Doctor Who says, whatever works. He'll throw his shoe at somebody. Okay, so going back to my question for you guys, okay? Those of you that are content creators, I am just curious as to how deep you guys get into the analytics of your videos. I try my hardest to tinker around with the tags I'm using on my videos. I try to do I use vidIQ as per Yankee Stacking. And I do whatever I can to, optimize my, improve the search engine optimization of it. But anyway, I was just curious as to how much you guys pay attention to all of that as you are making your videos and uploading them. Gonna make your tag video after this stream. Thank you, Kiwi. Kiwi's Adventures. Chrispys Kiwi Adventures. Dude, you can tag 5 people if you want. Redhead, if you've never heard of Red Dwarf, please check it out tonight. If you are a Star Wars, Star Trek, or Galaxy of the Guardians fan, it will be the best move you made this week. I will have to check that out for sure, Red. Not at all. Get off my lawn, says South Boston Gear. I don't know this Red Dwarf thing. I'm going to have to check this out. Red Dwarf. Hey, Redheaded Step Stacker, question for you. I don't think I've ever seen you live stream. Have you ever done any live streams? Also, Clinton S. earlier today, I don't know if you saw, you posted something. It said test, and I hopped in there and I said, hey, Clinton, I can't stick around. I'm with my kids. How you doing? And I didn't hear anything from you. King's Coins, I'm learning. There are several things I still don't know. Yankee said he's going to make his tag challenge video on Saturday. Where are you, off grid? Or sorry, King's Coins. There you are. Okay, I'm learning several things I still don't know. Yeah, I've learned quite a bit over these last couple months, and you could go really, really granular with that data. Red Dwarf is an old British sci-fi show, says Doctor Who. Okay. In terms of British humor, I'm not a big British humor guy. I do like Monty Python Circus. All right, Monty Python and the Holy Grail I like. What is it, The Life of Brian with Mr. Creosote, right? Is that the meaning of life? Where Mr. Creosote, he just keeps eating, and then John Cleese is like, here, have a wafer. It's wafer. Here, have a dinner mint. It's wafer thin. And he's like, oh, bugger off. I'm going to explode. I'm too heavy. And then John Cleese is like, but if you just have this dinner mint, it's just waffle thin. And he's like, oh, all right, give me that thing. And then he just pops. Awesome. I'm still trying to get it working from my laptop. Okay, Clinton, I see. One more bite. That right? He's just like, one more bite. He's like, oh, one more bite. I should watch it again. I could probably imitate it fairly well if I try. Boston Gear says, I do live every day, Storm, but you aren't sub to me. South Boston, hold on one second, dude. Let me find you. Hang on. I might be subbed to you, South Boston. I like to keep my subs private. Let me check. Let me check. I tried clicking on your name within the chat, but for some reason I can't. South Boston Gear. South Boston Gear. Let's see. New subscriber. I got, okay, South Boston. Bam. I am subscribed to you now, South Boston Gear. How's that? South Boston, my parents used to live in Dover, Mass. Yeah, Yeah, everybody in here, sub everybody. Yeah, Yankee, I keep my subscriptions private. Yankee, if you go look at my subscriptions, I keep that private. I feel like there's no. I like to keep my native stacker. Hey, Clinton says, and everyone, time to try to get the live stream going again. Yeah, you need to get that up and running, Clinton. Let's see. Doctor Who says, sub me. What do you mean? I'm not sub to you, Doctor Who? Sometimes I forget. Let's find Doctor Who. Let's just do that. 1 second. Although, hey, you know what, Doctor Who? I'll just click on one of your messages from within the message. What do you call it? Messages that you and I have had back and forth. I'll do that later on. Because right now, I feel like I'm about to click out of... I can't find my chat window now. There it is. Okay. Capybara says, now you have me studying my analytics. I hadn't been doing this so much. I need to read them more often. Yeah, so Capybara, I'm no expert. You know, I'm new, like many of you are. A lot of it seems like I've been watching the stacking community for a long time now, at least 2 or 3 years, to be honest with you. You know, I only started getting into this 2 months ago because a couple of my friends, they convinced me to do it. And then, I mean, it just opened, there's just a whole other world behind the scenes with creating content that many people don't realize. I mean, just the film editing, all of the uploading, trying to create the appropriate keyword tags and phrases, making the thumbnails. I mean, it takes a long time. Just for a 5-minute video, you could spend a couple hours just making a 5-minute video. And so when I look at my analytics, you know, I'm kind of looking at it just to see my subscriber counts. And I do look at the keyword optimization. I'm trying my best to make the videos as well known as possible, but it's hard, you know, it's like you're kind of throwing darts. And by the way, guys, yeah, King's Coins, you use YouTube Studio and TubeBuddy. I was using TubeBuddy also. And then Yankee Stacking was telling me, hey, you know what? Try vidIQ, which I have heard of. And to be honest with you, King's Coins, being somebody that has used both, I think I like vidIQ better than TubeBuddy. I gotta go, guys. Dinner is done. Tessa, take it easy, please. Tessa, since you were tag 5 people. Go ahead. You have permission. Guido says it takes forever. It does, right? Let's see. Yeah, Doctor Who, if I'm subscribed to you, you won't see it because I keep my subscribers private. Or I keep who I subscribe to, I keep that private. Guys, again, Guido Stacking, he was on my live stream earlier this week. This is a guy who I'm kind of impressed with in the fact that, and Guido, interrupt me if I'm incorrect here in telling your life story, but he's been on YouTube for about 2 years, give or take. He created some videos. He was vlogging, and then he just created some videos on how to buy silver, etc. And, you know, his videos had tremendous success. You know, one of his videos, it was a beginner's guide to buying silver. It has like 100-something thousand views, like 180,000 views. And he wasn't really even trying hard at the whole analytic side of it, and doing the tags and everything like that. He was just making the content of things he wanted to talk about, and the stuff just kind of went like kind of crazy. And then he took a little hiatus from YouTube, and then he kind of started to get back into it a little bit, and he and I connected. And it seems like I kind of planted the seed in his head to start revamping some of his videos with the tags and the thumbnails. And so he's doing an overhaul, and it's looking awesome. It's looking great. I have nothing to do Nothing to hide with my subscriber list, like others to see what I like. Just saying. Yankee, I thought you subbed me a while ago, but thanks, man. Thanks, Storm. LOL, says Guido. Yeah, I just did the whole biography on Guido. Yankee's pressuring me to make things public as if this is like Trump's tax returns, right? Yankee will never sub me. Storm has inspired me, says Guido. Well, thank you, buddy. Honest people seem to be overproduced. Okay, let's see here. South Boston Gear says, honestly, people seem to ignore overproduced YouTube content. Even YouTube advises against acting. Yeah, I feel like the overproduced stuff, I also feel like that's for like the higher end channels. I feel like chats and live streams like this is more real. And the highest production quality that I have to date on my channel would be either the that 10 Star Wars movie countdown that I did where I used green screen effects. I was kind of impressed with that. I was tinkering around with Chrome key. And then just like my, I guess, what is that? My stacking things video where I had the cool Stranger Things intro. And then the Star Wars one, I did the 9 tips something rather. And I showed the Star Wars running words in the beginning. PDX, why is all that important to monetize? What are you talking about, PDX? Why is what all important? Are you talking about the keywords and looking at the analytics and stuff like that? Because if you're talking about monetizing PDX, you have to, all you need is 4,000 hours of watch time. All you need, that's a lot. And you need 1,000 subscribers. But in terms of, let's see here. Press 1 to encourage Storm to go public with the subscribers. Guys, I'll do it. I don't care. Give me a second. You guys just relax. Hold on a second. It's as if I'm here. What do I do? Hold on. Let me click on my channel. You guys are a bunch of turds. Every last one of you. I'm going to break 200 subscribers from this live chat. Please say thank you to everyone who has. I'm probably 3 or 4 short. Everybody sub my friend Redheaded Step Stacker. Yankee, would you quit stirring the pot, you donkey? I'm trying to do this. Hold on. Where do I go? Settings? Hang on. Okay, hold on. Your channel, your account. Membership. Account settings. Viewer change your account settings. Let's see that. Watch you guys get me to like disconnect everything. You will be redirected to your Google account page. No. Account settings here. Channel settings. All right, I'll have to do it later because I don't want to waste time doing this, but I will do it. Let's move to channel brand account. Yankee, where do you do it? Oh, privacy? Let's see. Okay, hold on. Likes and subscriptions. Keep all my like videos private. Keep all my saved playlists private. Keep all my subscript. Boom. Bam. Saved. Done. All right, there you go. Who I am subscribed to is now open for all of you to see. There you go. Let me click on this and let me mute it. Okay. So, getting back to the stream. Okay, Yankee, did you see? I did it. All right, should I make mine public too? All of you can make everything public. I don't care. I did it at first. Let's see here. Let me minimize that and bring up my hangout. Okay. So, Yankee, do me a favor without giving me a hard time. What else can we make the Stacking Stormtrooper do? Well, it's not going to be remove the helmet. Yankee, can you do me a favor, though? Without busting my chops, because this is like a legit question. Please answer it without goofing around, and then you can go back to busting my chops. I thought, like, my March to 1,000 March to 1,000 challenge I thought was pretty straightforward. Did it come across confusing? That's what I want to know. Teresa, not Teresa, Terry. Hold on. I'm going to check it out, Stormy. I better be there. Yeah, go ahead and look, Terry. I think I subbed you a while ago, but if I unsubbed you at one point, it was probably early on. I don't pay a ton of attention to my subscribers in terms of like who I'm like removing and not removing. There was a point where I did a live stream on here. I had like 340 subs or something. I did the live stream. The next morning I woke up, it was 350 or 356 or something like that. Went to work. When I left work, all of those subs were gone. Like 12 or 14 were gone. And I was actually talking to Yankee about this. And I think YouTube just did a big purge. Yankee said, straightforward, but you had to listen carefully. Okay, thank you. Guido said, Yankee, I saw you posted a video today. I'm going to check it out. Yankee posted a couple today, actually, Guido. Yankee posted a couple today. One was the Vader that his son got, and then he followed it up with the one that I got. And you know what, Yankee, I'm kind of disappointed in myself because that coin that you kept unwrapping and unwrapping, I wish I did like 10, 15 more layers. You were laughing at it, though, pretty good in that. Buy all 4% power. Doctor Who, take it easy, buddy. Go hit those neighborhood kids with that frying pan, buddy. Yankee says, I'm a big fan of your longevity, Guido Stacking. Yep, me as well, Yankee. Me as well. Guido's a good guy, dude. Yankee, I feel like you could probably do a good collaboration with him at one point, or he could probably be like a coast-to-coast sponsor one night. But Guido does a lot of good things. He and I were talking about possibly partnering similar to how you and Silver Dragons does. Not necessarily having an established weekly show like you and Dragons have, but he and I were talking about doing some more videos together and live streams as well. Let's see here. PDX. I hear they wanted to stop sub parties. Silver Steeler. Are you talking like sub for sub thing? Is that what you're talking about? Like if somebody says, hey, a sub for sub party, everybody do that? Yeah, Yankee, you can totally. It's just like when when you're reading a chat and somebody was like, I'm completely confused or whatever, it's hard to tell if somebody's joking or not on there. And I don't want my March to 1,000 challenge to flop. It's important to me that it helps drive attention to the channel, but also it gives people the chance to it gives them a chance to show off one thing that's they're most happy about and what their favorite item is. Similar to that channel tag thing where people talked about their favorite video, I said, okay, let's talk about our favorite gold or silver coin. I would be honored to do streams with him. All right, so it looks like we've got a new bromance here, Yankee Stacking and Guido Stacking. Would that be then called Yankee Guido Stacking? Or would it be Yankee Guido Stacking? Or would it be Guido Yankee Stacking? Your mods are slacking. I know. They're what temp is it inside that bucket, South Boston Gear says. South Boston Gear, it's warm. I've talked to people about it before. I have helmet fans running right now. I have the front two running. I didn't have the other two turned on in the back. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hear so well, although I don't have anybody on here. Speaking of which, Guido, since you're on, are you still working right now, Guido? Native Stacker. Yeah, Yankee, I don't know if he was the right person to choose for the wrench job here. Let me fix my mic. Okay. Guido, are you still working right now? Yeah, I know, Yankee. Do not Google Guido Yankee. Oh, I don't want to. Although I kind of do now. Oh, okay, Guido. Hey Yankee, what do you got going on right now? Other than this? Let's see, Yankee. Oh, wait a minute. Chrispy, are you still in here? Where is he? Yankee, let's break Stormy's channel. Terry, I just don't understand why you want to cause trouble with me. I'm like one of your biggest allies, and when people are talking smack about you, I'm there to back you up. And you're like, Stormy, go get Novus, and I attack without even questioning. Terry says, I do it. Yankee, you want to come on, Yank? Crispy, um, you live stream. I've seen it. What are you doing right now, too, Crispy? Because I'd love to actually be able to talk to you as well. Bring in Chris. That's what I'm doing. All right, Crispy. I am inviting you on. Crispy, are you able to come on here? I feel like it'd be great to actually be able to talk to you. The dude's accent is the bomb. Thank you, Terry. Right back at you, buddy. You're lying on the couch. Do you want to get up off the couch? Oh, and Ozzy's here too. Crispy, are you able to get off the couch? You want to stream with me, or you want me get you on the hangout, bud? I'm wondering if Crispy had a couple beverages. He's like, I can't do that right now. I'm lying on the couch. That was my New Zealand accent. Not so good. I have to study him more. I like when he's like panning through stuff. He's like, look what we got here. Oh, it's got a marble. We've got a marble. And then he like, oh, he's like, yeah, that's a button. We got a nice shiny button. And then he laughs. All right, Crispy, that's it. You're on. All right, I'm sending you the invitation now. Crispy Kiwi Adventures. Excuse me. Oh, I have to do your email or something. Son of a gun. Crispy, what's your email again? Or do you want me to just pull it up in my let me pull it up here. Hold on. I'll get it, Crispy. I'm just gonna pull up the email from Crispy, the man himself. This is from Crispy. We've got a great button. All right. There he is. There he is. Crispy's Kiwi Adventures. He says I do him well. If I talk to you enough, I could probably get you down like I did Sal. I don't in that video. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. In that video of my day in the life. Okay, there we go. Let me get this email copied. I'm gonna send it to you in 1 second. That day in the life video that I did where I'm playing piano. I'm pretty much self-taught for piano. I can't read music, so I do it by ear. All right, Crispy, I sent it to your email. Go check. Your New Zealand accent is terrible, says Precious Metals Updates. I told you I got to work on it. If I talk to Crispy a little bit longer, I'll be able to get it down. Do you guys stack for general market trends or SHTF? Hey, G Rubble or Ruble, how are you? I think this is the first time I'm seeing you here. Please make sure you hit the like button and you're subscribed. G Ruble, I stack for kind of SHTF and like retirement purposes. I'm not doing it for, and I guess for like when you're saying market trends, like in case of like an economic downturn, it would be nice to have some precious metals on hand just in case. But yeah, Crispy, Google Hangouts. Oh, brother, he doesn't know what Google Hangouts is. So we just like pretty shiny things, Ruble. Yeah, pretty actually agreed. Chrispy, yeah, you just accept that. You have to just come on Google Hangouts there, and you'll be able to live stream with me. I don't know how you did your live stream on YouTube before, but it's just the Google Hangouts on air. No one's a prepper stacker. No, I'm a prepper stacker, Yank. Yankee, didn't he did a live stream, I thought, right? Right when he hit the 1,000 subs, didn't he? I thought. Kiwi replaces the letter I with the letter U. Yeah, he got on Coast to Coast. And Yankee, I just sent him an email invitation. I'll send it again. I just copied. I have your email here. I'll hit the invitation one more time. Invitation posted. Check your email, Chrispy. Let's get you on here. South Boston Gear says, I'm sort of preppy. So, South Boston, do you do lots of constitutional silver? What do you typically stack? You need a lot of room to stack preppers. That's true. I'm mainly, I guess, the prepper stacker type with a little bit of the collector, as per Yankee. I'm not a flipper. Indy-pendent Stacker says, I have 50 gallons of water, 10 gallons of whiskey in my basement. I'm prepared for anything. Hey, Indy, I might actually, if Chrispy, it hasn't come up yet, he says. Interesting. I'm sending it to your email address, invite, and I type in Chrispy here. Here, I'm going to try one more thing here. I tried again, Chrispy. Go check your stuff. Guido says he's 50-50. Dude, Guido, you showed that dinner plate. You have that dinner plate silver thing. It's like a frisbee. It's a weapon, that thing that you have. And yours worth of ramen. To be honest with you, Independent, my prepping game in terms of the food stuff is a little bit weak. I have to step up my game on that. I had a couple things in my Amazon Prime cart, and I haven't purchased them yet because it's expensive, because I'm buying food for a family of 4. And plus also my wife, she's going to get annoyed at me. She thinks like I'm prepping for like a nuclear fallout or some sort of apocalypse. So when I'm buying like all this food or stuff and I'm storing it in the garage, she's like, what the heck are you doing? That's a whole other battle. Red, 3 subs from 200. 7 of you joined live this chat. Thank you, everyone. I hope you watch. Red, you need to do me a favor too, buddy. Go tell ST from Silver Stacking 101 that he needs to shout me out. I've emailed with him a couple times. He's kind of went off the grid the last couple weeks, but if you're able to convince him, like, hey, check out Stacking Stormtrooper or something, I'd appreciate that too. I'm going to a Coin Roast show tomorrow. Any advice? Yes, Alex, stay away from Yankee Stacking. He is going also. Stay clear from him. Chrispy, you're still having a hard time coming on here, brother? Come on, Chrispy. I'm counting on you, man. Opinions on junk silver bags. G. Ruble, when you say junk silver bags, are you talking about what to store them in? Are you talking about the canvas bags that you see that the different banks have them in? What are you talking about when you're saying your bags? I'm only joking about my food storage is pretty legit, says Independent. Yeah, I know. I got to do better with that. I would feel comfortable having at least 1 to 2 months. I probably have 2 weeks worth. I think what happens too, Independent, is a lot of us, we'll go through some sort of crisis, we'll get through it, and then we'll say, oh, if I got through that crisis, then I'll get through other crises. So Hurricane Sandy hit right where I live, and we basically, aside from losing power for 4 days, I mean, I live on the coast in New Jersey, and we somehow came out unscathed from that. And so, kind of the thinking is like, oh, we kind of came out unscathed from that, maybe, I don't know. But I do have to get some more. Okay, so I'm not seeing Chrispy now in the chat. I think he decided to go checking for something. Independent, you feeling like coming on? Independent, let me know if you want to come on here, and I'll have you come on, just so you and I can banter. I know you don't know anything Star Wars. We'll talk. Check out my Food Patriot. Awesome deals. Okay. Is food my Food Patriot? Indy, are they like all like the freeze dried stuff? For food prepping, start from processed and work towards prepared. Mountain House Foods. Yes, there's Mountain House Foods. There was another one, though, that's supposed to be better than Mountain House Foods. It's supposed to be better quality. Thanks. I had that written down. What's your email for Hangout, Stormtrooper? It's stackingstormtrooper@gmail.com. stackingstormtrooper@gmail.com, because I sent you to your email address. I mean, it comes up when I start typing in Chris, it comes up with the email address that your wife's name and your name pop up. So I know I sent it. Maybe New Zealand doesn't want you coming on here. I could come on. Fair warning, I'm a margarita in. That's okay. I could also just boot you, I think, if I wanted, Indy. Let me just see. Let me give Indy. Let me give Chrispy one more shot here. I think he's going to send me an email, perhaps. And then Mountain House number 5 cans last decades, says Yankee Stacking. Yankee, you know, you said you were going to do some. You've done some prepping videos. I'd like to see you do some prepping videos. I haven't seen any. So Mountain House, I guess, seems to be the consensus here. South Boston Gear, you said you get 20% of Mountain House, so you're okay with that. What's the other 80%? Drop some knowledge on me, please. Like the other one I was looking at was like New Mana, something like that. Indy, the drunker the better. What about, yeah, see, that is it. So it's Capybara says New Mana. That's what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, I think New Mana is supposed to actually be better in terms of taste and the quality, supposedly. I need to buy some. Prepping the Yankee way, says Yankee. Okay, I'll look up that video. Let me check my email and see if Chrispy. No, nothing from Chrispy. For all I know, Chrispy's sitting on the toilet and he's just messing with me. Indy. Let's see here. Off grid. I don't want to come on, but does Hangouts work on mobile devices? Just curious. Yes, it does. Hangouts. You download Google Hangouts on your mobile device. For example, Nova Stacker, he sent me his cell phone number. I was actually debating on giving Nova Stacker's cell phone number to Salivate Metal and say, hey, this is a scammer that has been calling me nonstop. Get him, Sal. And then Sal would have called it, and then Novus would have picked up. How awesome would that have been? But anyhow, I actually just called his phone number through Google Hangouts. So for him, he saw just unknown. He just saw unknown off grid. So I didn't give Novus my phone number. He was very trusting to give it to me, but I call him through my phone. And same with Guido Stacking. He and I have talked on the phone. And same with Yankee. Yankee and I have talked a few times on the phone, but just through the app. So Yankee doesn't have my personal info. I don't have Yankee's personal info. It works just like a phone, but it's through the Google Hangout app. And you can also do the FaceTiming through it. So it's really cool. Do it, Stormy. Send Sal the the phone number. How funny would that be, Terry? Right? If Sal's like, let's call this guy. Just to call him. Let's see here. Hey, Yankee. Bam. Invitation sent, Yankee. Invitation sent. Chrispy, you said you've got the app. So if you've got the app, Chrispy, you should see some sort of notification in there, some sort of alert that you were invited by the Stacking Stormtrooper. I'll try it one more time. Because I'm just using your, Chrispy, I'm just using your email address that you gave me. Indy, yeah, Hangouts. But Indy, when you're live streaming, Indy, what are you using? Are you using Streamlabs when you're live streaming? Because that's the only way I know how to live stream through YouTube is through the Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is great. Check my email. Check whose email? South Boston. My email? Let's see. Let me refresh. Terry, you find me amusing. Come on, you know I'm funny. All right, my email's loading. I've got nothing. So South Boston, nothing came into my email. Send me your phone number. I'll join, says PDX. No way. My phone number is not going out to anybody. Yankee actually happens to be the one person on here in terms of strangers who I've met through the interwebs that I actually kind of do trust. Oh, look, the eagle has landed. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Perfectly, loud and clear.
Oh, boy. The only reason why I'm on is because Little Stack said, you got to go on the live stream, Dad.
What's up, Stacks? How you doing, Little Stacks?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. I sent when you guys got my sticker and then you opened it, you saw just one in there. I actually told your dad, oh, let him know like another one is coming. And because I had purchased multiple Darth Vader coins and I was sending them out. And then Yankee said to me, I think it was on the phone, Yankee, that you told me that you bought Little Stacks, the Darth Vader coin. And I was like, son of a, you know, because I had it purchased and I was sending it to you. So I'm like, all right, and then I don't know if you remember, I asked you, oh, how many did you buy? You said, oh, just the one for him. I was like, oh, okay, then fine, I'll send it to you, Yankee.
Oh yeah, he loved that. It was hilarious when
just trying to open them all. Yeah. And then and I liked when it said you need to wear gloves. You're like, I'm not going to use gloves, and then you turned it over. The next thing it said you don't need gloves. It's like
that was a great unboxing. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Anytime. Yeah. So Yankee, how many videos did you make prior to your trip to Philly? Because every couple of days, boom, another Yankee video, and then like that was confusing people that you were in Philly, that there was no coast to coast, yet your videos were posting. And I said, no, he is in Philly for the week. And I think I was actually talking to Indy-pendent and he was saying, no, I think he's back now. I'm like, something. And then that's when I was talking to you and you're like, no, I'm in Philly for the week, Buckethead.
We were in the interdimensional week. So for you guys, it was like a day, but for us, it was a full.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
No, he just recorded like a bunch of videos ahead of time.
Yeah. And like Yankee, do you typically do like 3 or 4 videos out?
I do. I try to on the weekends because some of us have actually real jobs. I'm kidding.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just giving you a hard time, bud. No, I do it on Saturdays and edit them maybe on Sunday afternoon, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, and for me, you know, I was actually starting to feel up against the wall because I actually had only one video left in the hopper, and was scheduled. And then I was like, I better get 2 or 3 more because, as you know, life happens. Something can prop up, and it's good to have a couple at your disposal that you could just fire away when needed. So you at least, you know, you still have your activity going.
But nobody does it like a Silver Dragons. He's unbelievable. In fact, I was talking to him the other night, and he said, yeah, you know, Yankee, I got to hang up. I got 6 videos I got to record tonight. I'm like, wait, what? It was really late. And I'm like, how are you doing that? He said, no, dude, you got to get really efficient. I can punch out 4 to 6 in an hour.
But listen, you know, the other thing too with him, and I can understand, he He doesn't really have any editing in his.
Nope, he doesn't. That's what he says. He just lets it ride. And
He
I'm
just
like,
lets it ride. For me, I can't because I say a lot, and you know what I mean.
Well, no, Little Stacks, you give me the hardest time for over editing, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You do. You're like, come on, Dad. I mean, this is YouTube. Everybody's going to forgive you. They'll let you, make mistakes. It's no big deal. And I'm like, it's just, that's crap. I gotta cut that out, man.
Crispy is saying weird. It didn't work, and he has a couple frown faces.
Really?
Yankee, you're Mr. IT. Do you think you could get this New Zealand boy on here?
Hey, I had him on coast to coast.
I think the Death Star has a force shield up preventing him from.
I told him last time to just use the app, and it worked. So I don't know what's going on.
Maybe
you would just not connect to it.
No, you invited him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used the email address that I have for him.
Yeah, he's got a couple, so I don't know if that's the issue or not.
Well, here, actually, Yankee, do you want to, in the private hangout chat, if you want to give me the email that you have for him?
I think he put it in the chat, actually.
Did he?
Yeah, he did way back. I saw it before I got
it's hard to, you know how it's hard to.
Yeah, I know. You take the bucket off your head, you might be able to read the chat.
But then, you know what? I take this bucket off my head, and then I lose the uniqueness to my channel.
Oh, you are unique.
I am indeed. I'm trying to find, he says Crispy Kiwi Adventures at Gmail. That's right. What I have. Crispy's Kiwi Adventure. Here, I'll try this again.
All right.
Let's try this one more time. That's what I used.
Maybe it's because he's in the future. It's already Saturday.
Crispy's, you know what? You bring up a good point.
How that works.
You don't think that's how
No, it's not.
All right, bud.
Now, for some reason, that Crispy's Kiwi Adventure Gmail address that I put in here, when I try to click invite, it won't allow it. It just
Are you
is
typing
like,
it correctly?
Yeah.
Lization and everything.
No spaces. I don't know.
No, here, let's see. Crispy's Kiwi Adventures. I'll try it one more time. Crispy's Kiwi.
Because I really want to hear that accent.
What's that?
I really want to hear him.
Me too. All right, here. Crispy, try it. Crispy, try it. I sent it again. I fired it again. Maybe this time this will work. I think that's it. Oh wait. Oh no. Why does my box on the bottom look bigger than yours? So, there he is.
There he is.
Hey guys.
Woo!
There he is, the bearded wonder himself.
And he knows how to show his face. Hey, you don't need me on this live stream anymore. You got Chris.
All right, take off then, Yank. See how it is. I'm gonna. You don't want to be here.
My phone's about to die. It's only at 6%. So.
All right. Go back to monitoring the chat then, if you want. Unless you're off.
No, I'll be right back in a little bit.
All right, brother.
Take care, man.
See ya.
Bye.
Later, Little Stacks.
See ya.
So, Crispy, what's going on, man? You have your mic muted, Chris. There you go.
Yeah, there he goes.
How you doing?
Not too bad.
It's good to actually talk to you live. You know, you and I have just been communicating through email and what have you, and then I saw you on here. I'm like, oh, that guy's awake. I might as well get him on here.
Yep, only just awake. Although, actually, no, it's actually 1:30, but yeah, I had a big sleep in this morning.
1:30. How now? You're two boys I saw in the video. How old are your sons?
Okay, so I've got we've actually got 4 kids.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I know. We've got a little girl. She is just coming up 5.
Okay.
Next one he is 6. We've got Hunter, who is 7, but he's actually turning 8. Oh, crikey, I've got to get this right.
Wow, dude, look at you. You're like shorting out, trying to figure out.
I'm not going to try and keep up with him. He's turning 8 on Monday. And then I've got a 13-year-old son as well. So,
oh, wow. 4 kids.
4 kids. Yeah,
I don't know.
Been busy.
my wife and I, we've got the 2 boys, and it's like mayhem. I just don't understand how anybody can do more than 2. My wife at one point, you know, we were, I think, walking in the mall or something, and this is after both of our kids are 6 and 3, and she saw like a little newborn. She's like, "Oh, I kind of want another one." And then immediately, as soon as she said that, our two boys started going at it in the mall, and they're being very annoying. And she's like, "Never mind, I don't want them." So it was. I was like, "All right, good," because it wasn't going to happen. Just they're a lot of work. Oh my god. But
Yeah,
I don't know how.
my wife's gone off and left me this morning, so
So you're
she's
alone
out
with
about, and I've got the kids. So.
all four of them. You got to
Oh, no,
outsource.
she's taken the eldest. So
Okay. I was going to say keep the oldest one behind and have the oldest watch the three.
I try, but
So Chris, what are you planning on doing in terms of the challenge here? Do you have a couple people in mind that you're thinking that you might end up tagging?
I actually do. Yeah, I've definitely got three in mind that are actually regulars on my channel.
Okay, cool.
So I won't say too much. I won't let the cat out the bag, but
No. I'm not saying to reveal, but
yeah, I got three definites that are definitely going to be tagged. So
if you have a fourth and a fifth, you feel like tagging too, I would say go right ahead.
Yeah, no, sweet as. Well, the more the merrier for you, isn't it?
Exactly right. And I was basically trying to follow the model of the tag that you got me involved in, that channel tag. That you just do three people. But then when Tessa Cunningham, she was asking me, can I do more than three? I'm like, well, actually, that will just help me. So yeah, I just wasn't, I wasn't thinking, but yeah, I think it would definitely help for sure. But then I don't know if you were here earlier on the stream where Terry Rabideau and Yankee, they were saying, "Oh, the rules were too complicated. It's confusing everybody." And I was like, "Oh my god, I have to stop this whole thing." No,
I don't think it's too confusing, mate. I think your video was quite explanatory. So,
all right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so there you go, Terry.
I think Terry was just winding you up, mate.
You know what though? She does this all the time to me, and I never.
Everybody.
Oh, but I always take it so like I still haven't learned to ignore that. And she does it in a way where it's like it comes across, at least to me, like legit. She's like, "Oh, I don't understand this." I'm like, "Oh, I'll help you," because I'm like, I try to help people. But then when people are like, "She's joking," I'm like, "Oh, all right." I wanted to ask you something though about your your metal detecting and the panning that you're doing there. I was joking with you when I was saying. I was like picturing you in like the sewage runoff in the river, and you're like, and you're like, no, it's very clear.
Yeah, there's no floaties drifting past.
I'm curious, what got you into that hobby?
Well, I've been metal detecting for about 8 years,
Uh-huh.
and it's a bit of a progression from there because during the summer. Our parks dry out really bad and they get rock hard. And if you dig a hole in the grass dies off and you end up with a brown patch where you've been digging.
Right.
So what we generally do is once it starts drying off, we jump in the rivers and we start either detecting in the rivers or we just start digging holes, or I even drift. I just put the snorkel and the goggles on and I'll drift a section of river and just find stuff by looking, just eyeball finding stuff. Coins, bottles, marbles.
Buttons.
Lots of marbles.
Do you what's up with that? Like marbles. Like I don't understand. Like I watched a handful of your videos where you're under that overpass or that like bridge.
Yeah, that's
and then
bridge, yeah.
And then you got your friend there with you. Yep. And then it's like you're always finding marbles. I'm picturing like some like bully like beat up some kid and took all their marbles and dumped them there. Like what's up with that? Is that like a common thing?
Back in the 1800s and even the early 1900s, that stretch of the river that runs through our main city, a lot of people used to swim in there.
Okay.
Swimming in that river was not unheard of. People would go down and have picnic lunches, and then they would swim in the river. Well, nobody does that anymore and haven't done that for years. And so obviously whatever was in people's pockets or whatever they were playing with on the bank has obviously rolled in, or they've dropped it from over the bridge. And I don't know why specifically marbles, but we do find a lot of them.
Yeah, it just seems
even
like
the clay marbles. So,
Yeah, it seems very common.
Oh, it was, yeah. And I think obviously you got to go back to a time when there was no technology at all. So
Yeah,
they
that's all
made
they
up their own games.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think in another video that you had posted, I commented on it and I asked you like what was the coolest thing you found? And I thought you said, was it like that silver feather or something?
It was.
Right?
Tell
And
you what, I'll flip you around.
okay. See, I pay
There it goes.
attention.
There it goes there.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was I actually just found that recently, but I would say that's probably been the best thing I've found so far through the sifting.
Is that the most valuable thing too in terms of monetary value?
It probably is out of the sifting.
Mm-hmm.
I've found some stuff metal detecting that's way more expensive than that.
What would be your most valuable piece that you found metal detecting, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably the most valuable piece I've ever found was actually I was been detecting for about 2 weeks. I was just a newbie. I was out with a guy who was taking me out, and I found a 18 karat gold ring.
Oh, wow.
With 15 diamonds in it. It had 1/4 of a carat of diamonds in it.
Whoa.
And it was valued at $3,000.
Whoa. So
yeah,
then you're hooked from that point on.
Oh, I was well hooked, mate. Well hooked. And not only that, the guy who had taken me out had been detecting for 3 or 4 years before me.
Yeah.
And he's never found gold.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So he was a bit gutted, but he was real happy for me. So that was cool.
And then what did you end up selling it? Did you give it to your wife? What did you?
No, it was too small for my wife. But I do still have it today. Yeah.
Okay.
It's, locked away in my safe. It's the only piece of gold I've actually kept. Purely just because of the I don't know, the history behind it, I guess. So
right.
Being my first ever ring. So
yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you that you come across like a giant like metal trunk and you open it and it's just filled with like gold bars or something. I mean, that would be awesome.
I found my first gold sovereign this year, the first gold coin. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
So that took about that took 7 years to find. So yeah.
I thought of doing metal detecting like briefly, but like it was just like a quick thought like that seems like that would be kind of fun to do, but then I just like went on to the next thing. I don't know if I would have the patience for it.
Yeah, you definitely need patience, and you need to have like a hunter type personality. You gotta like that thrill of chasing something.
Like that deer coin that you had in the trees there.
Exactly. Yeah. With metal detecting, it's like when the detector goes off and beeps at me, I get excited because I don't know what it's going to be, and by the numbers on the machine, I know it could be maybe one of 3 or 4 different things.
Right.
And for me, the excitement is what's going to come out of the ground. What am I going to find? What have I just found? What am I going to be digging? And it's the same with my gold mining, my hunting. It's the thrill of the chase.
Yeah.
And I guess most detectorists are very much like that. They're either major history buffs,
right,
or they're people that like that thrill of trying to find something,
chasing something. Treasure hunters.
Treasure hunters, exactly it. Yep.
What do you like most? Do you like the sifting in the water? Do you prefer the metal detecting on dry land? Like, what's your favorite?
Oh wow!
Like, if you could only have one.
I do like the sifting because you can stand in one place and just dig a hole.
Right.
But far out. They're all pretty much of a muchness. Probably my most favorite is being up on my gold claim and just digging for gold. That's probably my most enjoyable.
I didn't realize that you were a miner also.
Yeah. I own a gold claim. It's about 4 hours away from here, and get a bit of gold out of there, so it's good.
That is cool. Do you what happens? Do you is it like out in like the middle of nowhere by and large, and then you just camp for a couple of days? Like, how does that work?
Yep. It's middle of nowhere. I have a rooftop tent on the top of my 4-wheel drive.
Right.
And I basically, I just cruise up there, and I camp out, and just cruise up the river and
Do your kids
dig
go?
big holes.
Do your kids go with you?
Not at this stage. The kids are a bit young, and the river is it's got some really big deep holes that I've basically got to swim through to get to the good areas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's just if I took them along, I wouldn't pay enough attention to them. I get very wrapped up in what I'm doing.
Sure. Tunnel vision.
So my blinkers go on, and all of a
Right.
sudden, everything else around me is
gone.
irrelevant.
Right. How did you pick that spot?
It's been a childhood dream to have a gold claim, and this one just popped up. It's a very well known river. In fact, it's probably, I think it's one of the second highest in producing gold in the world.
Oh.
So it's a very well known area, and I had some mates pretty much give it to me at a bargain, so I couldn't turn it down.
Right. That's cool. So then how often will you actually go and do this then? Like, do you go like once every couple of weeks? Or like how often
No, not enough. I get there. I'm lucky if I get there once a month.
Okay.
At the moment, work's been very, very busy, so it's been far out. I've only been up there twice this year, I think. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever show videos of I haven't gone much further into your past.
If you go back into, it must be about February, early February, maybe, or might even be late January. I spent a couple of days up there, did a really cool video, got the drone out and everything. So I made 2 videos, 2 one-day videos. So came home with about 1 gram of gold. So
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, good trip.
That's fun. I wish I had something like that. I don't. I have my office here behind me. I don't have anything to go like gold mining and stuff.
Well, I'm actually going up there next weekend as well for 3 days.
Oh wow! And so just you by yourself?
Yeah, just by myself. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think and your wife that she stays with the 4 kids. That's nice of her. My wife gets
giving me a pass to go out.
if I leave for a couple of hours, my wife gets annoyed that she's home alone with the kids alone. Like I'm telling you, my kids are nuts. So
I mean, it works both ways. My wife's very busy during the week. So she's out with meetings and a lot of stuff during the week. So she's happy for me to do my thing during the weekend. Yeah. A lot of give and take. So yeah.
So let me ask you, since I have you on, I figured I may as well ask you this. What would you say is your favorite Star Wars movie? Or listen, and if you're not a huge Star Wars fan, that's okay to admit also. Like you don't need to pretend on my behalf.
Yeah, I used to be. And I know I hassle you about Star Trek all the time, but
oh my god.
I did used to be right into it. But crikey. I think my favorite would have been Empire Strikes Back.
That's what it seems to be. Like a lot of people like that one.
It was just a little bit different than the other ones. It was all based on that planet. There was snow. There was the cool big the big what do you call them? The big quad walkers or whatever they were.
The AT-ATs.
Yeah, the ATs. They brought in a whole lot of really cool stuff in that movie.
Those are good points.
I really enjoyed that, and I was just young when I watched that too. So
yeah, cool. Yeah. I mean, I go back and forth between that one and the first one, A New Hope. But and did you happen to see the trailer for the new one?
I actually watched it yesterday.
Any thoughts? Any thoughts on it?
After watching, I saw a thumbnail of you and your review, and I thought, oh, better go and have a look. So, to be honest, I haven't seen the last one.
Oh,
so I probably need to go and see that to understand what's going to happen in this one.
The last one was so awful, dude. It was so bad.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, it was so bad. I'm telling you. I mean, luckily now it's like, now you could probably watch it on your TV on demand or something, but it's like 2.5 hours, and it's just awful. It's just a horrible movie.
Do you need to watch it to follow the story?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And did you see The Force Awakens, which was the one before it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was good. That one was a good one. But you do need to see this last one, unfortunately, so that
keep the whole story going. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things you're gonna have to just grin and bear it, my friend.
I'll watch it with my sons.
There you go. They would enjoy it, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Although they're all Marvel and DC fanatics. Those kids.
I cannot keep up with all the Marvel movies. I like them, but
my son has, my eldest.
Yeah, he's just watching every single one.
Oh, yep, he loves them. He's already I think it comes out. The latest one comes out on the 24th of this month here. So, and he's already oh, you got to take me, Dad. You got to take me.
Hey, Chrispy, you know Indy-pendent Stacker, right?
Yep.
Here, okay. So he's a beardsman like yourself, and he's saying you better have me on tonight before I shave my beard off tomorrow. Do you mind if I also invite him on here with us?
Go for it. Definitely.
All right. He said that he's had a couple beverages, so
good on him.
So we'll see. I'm a lightweight. I only need a couple of Indy-pendent Stacker. I sent you the invitation, pal. I only need a couple of IPAs, and I'm good. You know,
it's not quite beer o'clock here, so 3 o'clock and I'll start.
Yeah, and I used to be like a light beer guy, and then the last few years, all I can drink are India Pale Ales. Just the IPAs.
Okay.
The hoppier, the more bitter, the better for me.
Yeah, I'm not much of a beer drinker. I like my bourbons.
So okay.
I'm a bourbon boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't really get into liquor. The wine I'll do, and beer. Anything outside of wine and beer, I never developed the palate for it.
Yeah, well, you can't drink liquor through a straw through that helmet, can you?
No, you can't. And plus, this helmet actually, I have mesh here too, so nothing will actually get between here. I'd have to.
Could get very messy.
It would. It absolutely. What do you call it? I recently got, just going back to the Star Wars thing, and don't worry, this doesn't have to all be about Star Wars, but I had a couple buddies who are also in this same. Oh, there he is.
Hey guys,
dude, you look like a pirate.
Nice beard.
Thank you.
So, what are you? What independent? Why are you going to be shaving this?
Well, I shave my beard off in the spring every year, but I have had my beard since June last year, I think.
Okay.
So
it's just time.
It's time. I'm gonna get rid of everything this time. I've had the stash now for about 2 years.
Are you gonna get rid of the mustache?
I think we're gonna go all out on this one.
You could lose it. Okay, but why don't you before you shave it? Can you do one of those things where you put a lot of the mustache wax in it and curl it up to make the the what is that called? That style?
The handlebar.
The handlebar. Yeah. So curl that up and then get a post, make a old 1800s pugilist poster where you're standing like this, the black and white sepia tone thing before you shave it.
We might have to work that one in. I'll have the barber leave the stash on.
Yeah. So Indy, I saw too that I was telling people I don't know if you were in and out of the stream having your beverages, but I was saying oh guys, hey, make sure you tag Indy-pendent Stacker. I don't know if you were there for that.
I was on the whole time. I was sitting at my local Mexican restaurant, having dinner and a margarita, and
nice.
Had headphones in. So
nice. I want you to be able to also have the opportunity to kind of get in on the whole thing once I hit 1,000, but we're about halfway there. And Chrispy, you just hit 1,000 too, didn't you? Not too long ago.
I did, yeah, a wee while ago.
Like a month, I would say. It was like a month ago.
Yeah, probably about a month ago. Yep.
For the newer channels like mine and Indy-pendent Stacker, Do you have any sort of words of wisdom for either of us that would help us moving along?
Getting subs or
Correct.
growing?
Yep.
Yeah. Look, what I did, for me, it was a bit more difficult because being over here in New Zealand, the time difference is just so out of whack. It's terrible. Basically, the best thing to do is to get on other people's live streams, like what I do, sub everybody,
Right.
and basically, you're almost out there hunting subs. You basically
Yes.
you sub everybody who you haven't subbed. You comment on their things. You go to their channels.
Okay.
You comment on their videos, and you just make yourself known. Get yourself out there.
That's what I've been doing.
And I think you've also got a bit of a niche, Stormy, and you've got a branding as well, with your whole Stormtrooper and what you wear. And I think that's going to boost you really quick because you're going to really appeal to a large mass out there. Whereas I'm more of a nobody from New Zealand, so it has taken a long time for me to get to 1,000. But got there.
You know, I also haven't really been focusing any of my attention on any Star Wars channels, believe it or not. I actually have only been focusing a lot of my networking and, like you said, like hunting for subs. I've only been focusing really within the stacking community only. Maybe a couple coin roll hunting channels, but I still haven't even branched out into the Star Wars community yet. So I'm thinking I might start doing that soon. But we'll see. But Indy, you're growing at a quick rate as well.
We're getting there. Yeah, it's coming along. I think I'm just a few subs away from 200. I think my first video I posted sometime in February was when I started my channel. So yeah, it's been coming along. I'll kind of repeat what we were just talking about. Yeah, your brand that you have with the Stormtrooper mask, that is brilliant. I mean, that's
well, thanks.
My videos
Thank
are
you.
such low production value. I think the most advanced that I've gotten with mine is I invested in a tripod for my iPhone, and I used a permanent marker to draw the lines
on your prices. Yeah.
On the big board, we used permanent marker on the last update. So I had somebody comment a few days ago on a video, and they wanted me to add Bitcoin value. I'm like, well, I'd love to add it, but everything's written in permanent marker on there, so I can't change anything now. So I'm gonna have to get a bigger board.
You're gonna that sounds like Jaws. You're gonna need a bigger board.
Yeah.
Do you either of you buy Bitcoin? I never got into crypto.
I haven't. Never really looked into it. I did, however, stumble across something on Facebook the other day about a low deposit algorithm that you can get into now that pretty much does everything for you. I'm still a bit skeptical on those sort of things, but yeah, that one had me tempted. It was it's something I might look into, but other than that, no, I haven't even looked at it.
I do have a little bit of Bitcoin. I got into it about 8 years ago. I found a friend that I used to work with had forwarded me an app for iPhone that was for a Bitcoin wallet. And when you downloaded the app, they gave you $5 worth of Bitcoin. And this is back in 2011, I think. So it would have been, $5 worth of Bitcoin 8 years ago is now probably around $130, I think. So
nice.
Yeah, it was. I haven't done anything with it. It's just still sitting there on an old cell phone that I don't use anymore. And, someday maybe I'll.
Why don't you just buy a bigger board with it and some silver?
Yeah, I probably just shop through AppMex or JM, somebody that's going to take Bitcoin and liquidate it and turn it into something tangible.
So now let me ask
Nice.
the both of you something else. Now I'll go to Chrispy on this one. In your because your channel, it seems like you kind of have your foot in two worlds. You have the whole stacking thing, but then you also are doing your what do you call it? Your what's that? I'm just hearing some strange feedback. I don't know if it's on. You hear that vibration sound?
Yeah, it's a wee bit weird.
So you do your metal detecting, you do your sifting, and then you also have your stacking. So my question for you in terms of like the stacking, do you have like a specific strategy that you prescribe to?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I set myself some goals. My goal was at the end of the year, I did a full stack video, and I got all last year's goals. So I reset new goals this year, and my goals this year is to get another 100 ounces of bullion,
Okay.
silver bullion. I want to do another 100 ounces of constitutional. And when I say 100 ounces, that's silver content, not net weight. And last year I did an ounce of gold. This year I'd like to do an ounce of fractional gold. But this year I'd also like to get a full 1 ounce round of some sort this year. So 2 ounces of gold this year, 1 ounce of constitutional, and 1 ounce of bullion, pure.
And you want to do the fractional gold just because you, in case of like SHTF, and you just want to be able to have just smaller increments?
Mine's, yeah, mine is a little bit of the old, if it all hits the fan, but it's also, it's more a long-term investment for us. What I'm collecting is pretty much either for my retirement or it's for my kids.
Yes.
I don't actually look at it as being for me. It's something that I hopefully won't need to dabble into, and it'll be a neat little nest egg for my 4 kids.
Yeah,
So,
I kind of view it the same way. And you, Indy, same. Like, what do you typically like to stack, and what do you like typically do for your goals?
When I started out this year, I started off with a goal of 100 ounces, and I'd done a video. It was one of my very first videos I did this year, kind of detailing how I got into stacking. The 1 ounce gold coin that I've had on several videos. That was something I'd received from my dad for Christmas, and it was it kind of got me really kind of interested in saying, well, I should start looking into my future. I didn't have much of a retirement plan per se, even, not just a 401k, but, what was I going to do in 25 years when I'm ready to retire? And so it really got me thinking. And I've always been a little bit of a prepper mentality. So, I started stacking silver, started stacking food, started stacking water. I have a brother that works for the government, and he's always got certain tales of, unrest in other countries and how it might affect, where we live. And so it's like, better safe than sorry. So,
Yes.
So at the beginning of the year, my goal was 100 ounces of silver, and actually already got there. I think I'm sitting somewhere around 130 ounces now for the year. So I did update my goal like a month and a half ago to 150 ounces, which, well, I'm almost already there at that point. So we'll probably be updating that again. As far as what I'm stacking, I don't have anything that I would say is the only thing that I'm stacking. Like when I first started, like my goal was, all right, I'm going to get like, between 10 and 15 American Silver Eagles a month. And that was going to be everything I was going to get. I bought the combi bar. I bought 2 of those combi bars. And I think I did a video where I split one of those up a couple weeks ago. And I bought a 5-ounce bag of silver grain, There's Silver Shot, which was kind of a mistake, but I think my dad's looking at getting a melter, so we might be able to pour some bars with it here soon. But
send it all to Yankee and or to Silver Dragons. Have him make you up some bars.
yeah, I watched Silver Dragons did a video sometime back about the metals melter that he has, and I did find that
Smog or something.
What's that?
It was like Smog or something like that.
Yeah, there's actually that melter that he has is actually it's a foreign brand that a lot of companies have bought and thrown their sticker on, so it goes by like 10 different
all sorts of different names.
Yeah, but it's really affordable. Like I think you can get them for between $350 and $400 for the setup, and you're gonna have if you get a couple different sized bars that you want to pour graphite molds, those are gonna be $25-$30 a piece, and so it makes it affordable if you have the access to getting the really cheap melting silver. So I think my dad and I are going to give that a whirl here this summer.
Cool.
So
that'd be fun. Now, let me ask. Going back to Chrispy, let me ask you something. You said that you did a full stack video in the past. That you're looking to do another full stack video. I know that full stack videos are popular within the stacking community, and for a while. I mean, for a while. I've only been here 2.5 months. But, I've been trying to stay away from doing one of those videos because I felt like that it kind of comes across as like showing off somebody's like money. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, but hold on. So the other thing, though, is every time I see one of those videos, somebody saying, here's my full stack video, I'm always watching it. I'm always like, oh man, look at all that. Look at that piece. So I actually I'm starting to think that I might end up doing one. And so the question I have for you is, did you find the views or the success of that particular video or those videos that you've done of full stack videos, have those done better than your other ones, or do they seem to be just kind of like average like the other ones? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, my full stack video is one of my highest viewed videos. The only videos that I get more views on are my hunting videos that I go out deer hunting.
Okay.
They seem to get slightly more views, but my full stack video raced up there very quickly. I got over 1,000 views on that in no time.
Wow.
The thing is it's not showing off because you're going to be proud of what you've done. And for me, there's another step into my stack as well, and that is probably 75 to 80% of my stack is obtained through what I call free money. The money I use on my gold and silver
is that the recycling
through doing scrap metal.
Yeah.
And possum trapping my fur. It's all done from things I like doing, although jumping into a skip looking for metal isn't exactly it's not fun, but it's all.
But it's still, like you said, it's free. Yeah, and I saw that one video that you did.
Yeah, it's free. I mean, I just recently I picked up a 1/10 gold kangaroo.
Yep, I saw that video.
And I got that from doing my monthly run to the scrappy with all my steel, my cans, my copper. And I topped it up with, I sold a kilo of possum fur that I had there. That put money in my bank or in my safe. And I took a little bit out of that, and that topped me up. And so I didn't spend a single coin of my work money or the money I earn each week. I didn't spend any of that on that coin. It was all purely from money I've obtained through just on the way home from work, stopping in at that building site, stopping in there, going and seeing my Sparky mates, picking up all the spare leftover wire that they've got, and a little bit of time at home stripping it all down. So
yeah,
it's good.
And you put a lot of hustle into into that. I mean, that's not easy. It sounds like you spend a lot of time, but it's cool because for me, it's just like I'll work my job, I'll get my paycheck, and then for some of like if I have money left over at the end of a couple weeks or the end of the month, I'll just go and buy some precious metals. I don't
Yeah.
have any other real like revenue stream per se.
And I'm exactly the same. I have a budget of $40 per week. That's my pocket money for the week, and I will spend generally. I'll spend 30 to 35 of that on my weekly silver pickup. So that's my coin that I do each week, and that comes out of my personal money. But the big purchases, like if I get 10 or 20 ounces, that will all come out of scrap money, out of free money.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Indy, have you done a full stack video yet?
I have. I've done a few. What I've been doing is since this is kind of a random startup for me. I've been doing monthly stack video updates. So I've had 2 so far. I did one at the end of February and one at the end of March.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of spread everything out. So the goal of my channel really is one of the goals is to just document how my stack is progressing. My channel is there's a couple reasons behind it. One is to keep me interested, honestly, and keep going with stacking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get bored with it. I'm not going to be able to buy silver, every day. I'm not going to be able to, buy the 500-600 ounces that some guys are unboxing at a time. That's just blows my mind that there are guys out there that are able to buy that much and document it and put it out there on YouTube for us. But the videos that I put out, I'm trying to put them out every day if possible. Even if I don't have anything new to show off or anything, the big board that I have that I'm putting all the numbers out for, that's for my record keeping. But also, if there's guys out there that are watching the numbers going up and down, I know a lot of times, we're on these live streams and someone's like, well, I don't, whatever the ratio is right now or whatever, gold's going for right now. Well, I know those numbers. I watch the gold and silver and other metals going up and down all day long. Whenever I'm picking up my phone to log onto Facebook or to jump on eBay for any reason or check an email, I'm also checking the spot value. So it keeps me interested in it.
I want to. I agree. I think it's the same with me. I also feel like because I like Star Wars, and I'm always talking about stacking precious metals to my friends and family. And quite honestly, they don't see any value in it. They don't understand it. They think it's coin collecting. And my wife, she couldn't care less. I mean, I try to talk to her about it. I want to show her the stuff that I have, and she has, or stuff that I have, the stuff that we've got, because it's both of our money. But she just doesn't seem to really have an interest in it. And so, there's only so many people you can talk to in your immediate circle about this hobby without them getting, bored by it. So I was like, all right, well, who else can I talk to? And then I had the idea of the whole, anonymity of having the Stormtrooper helmet and being able to talk about silver and gold and what have you. And my friends told me go for it. But it definitely keeps things, a lot more interesting for me, because now I'm learning a lot more, because you have so many different people that have different strategies. They come at stacking from different angles. You start seeing things that you didn't even know existed. And, it definitely broadened my horizons for sure. There was one question that came up in the chat that G. Rubel asked. He said, so what is the appeal of the hobby? Just the feeling of having a tangible determinant of wealth in your personal possession. Chrispy, do you want to answer that question?
Yeah, I think it is. It's like you can put your money into all kinds of things, and you don't see anything of it. I like to be, I'm a bearskin rebel. You know me. I love to be able to play with it, touch it. I like to see it. It's a
You like to
physical
ruin
thing.
it. You like to ruin it, is what you're
I
basically
like
doing.
to ruin it. I do. Yep. Completely. I won't lick my bullion though. But yes, it's a tangible physical thing that you can see. It's like you were just saying before. My wife thinks I'm absolutely stupid and weird and nutty, but I laid it all out on the table for her once and said, "This is how much all this is worth," and she was like, "Oh wow, I didn't realize that." And I said, "Look, and if silver decides to go up, think of what this is going to be worth in time."
Yeah.
And look, I'm only 44. I got another 20, or hopefully got another 20 odd years of doing this. And I said, look, when I come to retire, this will be how many times bigger? And she's like, wow, okay, now I understand why you're doing it.
Right.
At first, she just thought I was just some weird coin hoarding,
right,
crazy.
Right.
So,
and I'm gonna put something out there. I haven't really disclosed this information to anybody, so I mean it's not like a big deal, but I never really talk about like my personal life or whatever on YouTube. And I don't talk about what my career or profession is or whatever, but I'm a teacher. I actually teach 4th grade kids, so like 9, 10-year-old kids. And, what happened was actually in the mid 2000s, I was actually doing well in another career. I was in sales and I was doing really well. And then 2008 rolled around, the Great Recession, lost my job and was having such a hard time. Competitors that were competition to me when I was at my other company, they were interviewing me, but they were offering me about half of what I was making. So I was like, you know what, at this point, if I'm going to be making half of what I was making, prior, like I should just kind of reinvent myself or do something else. So I don't know in New Zealand if they have this, but here in the States, they have a thing called tenure, which is basically, I mean, if a teacher is in a public school for 3 or 4 years, depending, once you make it through those 3 or 4 years, you get tenure, which basically guarantees that you have a job for life. And so for me, going through the recession, and it was eye opening to say the least. I had to go back to school. And going from making a high 6-figure salary to having, no job, was definitely humbling. So my point of all this, and I'm getting there, is the teaching thing. What appealed to me was going through that recession experience was that, okay, I might not be making a ton of money. However, now, number one, I'll have tenure. Okay. And number two, when I go to retire, I'll have pension, and then whatever retirement funds that I put away myself, and then the stacking of the precious metals. So I know that was a very long story behind all of it, but I kind of view kind of like what you said about like the security of having the silver and gold, and then as time goes on, that stack grows and grows. It's just another way of keeping your wealth intact. So anyhow, life story. Sorry, Indy. We lost Indy. He's falling asleep over there.
What? No, I'm still here.
He's just stroking his cat cat beard.
It just got to enjoy it one last night.
This is me here. I'm doing it too. All of us just stroking our beards. Yes, excellent. I actually tried growing a beard this year for the first time in ever. I got through the whole "what the hell are you doing to yourself" phase. Like I was I was growing in the beard, and people were like, "Dude, that looks awful." And I grew it for about 3 or 4 months, but still, it didn't come in nearly as full. Well, I mean, forget Chrispy. I mean, that guy's got just like a full-on thing.
Yeah,
but it didn't,
I've got beard envy.
You just got to get past that itchy stage. That's the big thing.
I never had that. I never had the itchy stage.
Oh, okay. You're lucky then.
I always use the different beard products like the shampoo and conditioner and stuff like that they have.
Yeah.
Chrispy's probably like, what the heck are these Americans doing over the shampoo and conditioner?
Hey,
I can't
don't
even
knock it. My wife will only let me have this beard if I go in and I get it trimmed. I think it's about once a month. I've got to get it trimmed. It's not allowed to grow any longer. And as long as it looks nice, she's happy with it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, I tried and then I ended up shaving it.
I couldn't grow a decent mustache until about 5 years ago, and I think my most liked photo that I have on Facebook. I've been on Facebook for a dozen years, and I think the photo that I have that has gotten the most likes out of any of them was about 10 years ago. I had my beard grown out, and I used to just have the Andrew Luck chin strap beard, and I took a $5 bill and I folded it lengthwise and held it up like midway across my face. So it was just the top half was a $5 bill, and then the bottom half was my beard, my mouth, my nose, and it matched up perfect.
Nice.
It was like it was crazy to see it. After I took it, I'm like, oh, Facebook and the world needs to see this. So, but,
I'm gonna turn to the chat real quick, just because there's a couple people here. Main Squeeze hopped in. He says I can't go more than 3 weeks without shaving. Yeah, Main Squeeze, all of your videos, you look like your baby face, clean shaven. Let's see. Ozzy Alchemist says beard is the only thing I could grow. He's bald. Silver Bugle says G Ruble, not sure who you're asking, but I'll share roughly 80% in stock market, 10% cash. So let me see. G Ruble especially says I ask. Okay, so G Ruble says, if I may ask, what ratio of your investments are traditional market, S&P 500, Roth IRAs, stocks, bonds, etc., versus precious metals? G Ruble, yeah, I don't know who you're addressing. I can give you some of, for me. I would say about 50% perhaps of my investments are in, basically I have a 401k, and then I also have a 403b, which is a similar thing to a 401k. And then I have my regular savings account that I have in the bank. And then I have my precious metals. But in terms of like the breakdown of it, I can't actually give you a clear picture. My financial advisor does that for me, and I haven't logged in a while. But G Ruble, if you want to address somebody in particular, if you just type their name before your comment, what happens is they see your comment to them, it highlights it in orange, and they can see it. Main Squeeze says, shave your beard right now. I'll send you a special treat if you do it right now live. Do it. This is probably to Indy-pendent, because Indy-pendent saying he's going to do it tomorrow, and Main Squeeze is saying do it right now, and he will send you a special treat. And listen, I don't know if you've been watching Main Squeeze's channel, Indy, but the dude is bringing in lots of silver and gold every single month. So the dude is legit. If you're shaving this tomorrow, number one, you can do it now, and then you can get paid for doing it.
Wow. Okay. I don't have trimmers here. That's the thing. I'd have to get the scissors out and cut it down a little bit. Your live stream is going to go a little bit into the morning, I think.
Oh, all right. Weed whacking. Who's that, Crispy? Is that Mini Crisp?
Yeah, this is Hunter.
Hey, Hunter.
The second oldest.
How are you, Hunter?
It's Hunter's birthday on Monday, isn't it? 2 sleeps.
2 sleeps. That's what my kid. Yeah, 2 sleeps. Okay, a couple days. Yeah. Very cool, Hunter. How old are you gonna be?
8.
8. Wow, you look bigger than 8. You look like you're 10.
We breed them big over here.
He's gonna have a beard. He's gonna have a beard by 8 May. 2 days. Yeah, Hunter, you're gonna have a nice big beard and mustache like Daddy in 2 days.
You reckon?
What do you think? And then people are going to start calling you Crispy. And they're going to get you guys mistaken. I was saying then people are going to start calling your son Crispy. They're going to get the two of you mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, now you got another one. Now they're all climbing all over you.
I got them all coming in on me.
Look at that.
This is Peyton.
Hey, Peyton.
You wave. Say hi.
How are you? She's shy.
She's pretty shy. Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm just a stormtrooper. Don't worry.
Yeah, see, look, he's a stormtrooper.
I can't do anything from the Death Star anyway.
Yeah. It's only a bucket on his head.
Yeah. That's true. It's just a plastic shell.
Yeah. It is. It's his sticker, isn't it? Just made up a sticker wall, so we put your sticker on there. So there you go.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. So
very nice.
I brought back a big piece of timber off my gold claim. It was part of a dam that was up there from 1925.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've stuck all my stickers onto that. I'm going to do a video about that soon. So yeah.
I have my stickers that but I still haven't gotten yours yet though, Crispy.
Yeah, I've been so busy and I've been away. I've got like about 5 or 6 envelopes all ready to be posted away, and I'll get that done next week once everything.
That's all. That's all right.
Being Easter here, everything shuts down. So.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
I actually don't have my stickers displayed anywhere. I might end up getting a board at one point, but right now I have everything in a file folder.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, my wife, in this is like a shared office, and when she comes in, she sees that thing. She's like, "You look like, like there's something wrong with you." She's like, she comes in, she thinks people think I'm some sort of like anarchist or something.
Nice.
And if I started putting up sticker boards, she'd be like, "Okay, this is over." You know what I mean? So it's like I kind of have to be strategic in the space that I take up.
Yeah, well, I've got a tiny wee space in the corner of the garage. That's my spot.
Well, plus that's because your whole house is filled with children, so
Pretty
there is
much,
nowhere else you
yep.
could go.
Exactly.
I'm going to ask the viewers right now if any of you have any questions for either myself, Kiwi, Crispy Kiwi's Adventure, or Indy-pendent Stacker. I'm looking at all the different windows here. If any of you have any questions for either of us, just put a few question marks and our names there so we know, because we're going to probably start wrapping up. Native Stacker says Trooper is a sticker stacker. You know what, Native Stacker? For my next stacking things video, I might end up doing stickers for that. Crispy or Indy, have either of you seen my quirky, goofy videos, the stacking things one and the day in the life video?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Early back in the piece.
Oh, those both are my best ones. They each have like a couple thousand views each. Those appeal to a lot of people. I mean, do you have Netflix over there, Crispy?
Yes, we do.
Do you ever watch Stranger Things?
No, I don't watch any TV full stop.
Okay.
Okay. Pretty much too busy doing everything else.
I hear you. How about you, Indy? Do you watch Stranger Things?
No.
Both failed.
I don't have Netflix. My ex-girlfriend left the password on the Netflix about 2 years ago, and I enjoyed that for a while. But I haven't really gotten into the Netflix.
Oh, okay. Well,
I spend all my time watching everybody's videos on YouTube.
I know, it's starting to happen same with me. But I have 2 videos that are funny. I think the both of you should check out. The one is called Day in the Life of the Stacking Stormtrooper. You guys would definitely find that to be funny. It's just me going about like my day at home and stuff. But you'd have to watch it. But I promise you, the both of you, you'll laugh at that one. And then the other one, Stacking Things. It's just random. But I use the whole intro sequence to that show Stranger Things. I actually got not a copyright strike, but a copyright claim on it. So if that video ever does well or makes money, I won't see a dime from it because
it won't monetize.
Yep,
Yeah.
I use the music from that show. But the both of you should check that out. It's funny. We have a good question here from G Ruble, and G Ruble is saying, it says, how do you start in the hobby? What are starting goals? Like 50 ounces of silver, trusted vendors, sources for newbies. So G Ruble, I do have a couple videos on my channel. If you scroll down, it's one of my earlier videos. I have one that says 6 places where you could buy your precious metals. For me, my number one go-to vendor would be Provident Metals. And then the other one is like 9 tips for beginning stackers. And that kind of goes into like some things that you should do. In terms of starting goals, though, that's entirely up to you, what your budget, allows for, what you feel comfortable saving. Independent, what do you think?
Well, it sounds cliche, but we say it a lot, and it's stack what you like, stack what you want. If a lot of guys are all about stacking constitutional junk silver, and I have some of that in my stack. I've got a couple tubes of dimes. I've got a tube of quarters that I've wrapped up. I'm real close to wrapping up a tube of 1921 Morgans. But the constitutional silver, it's all right, but it might not be for me. And, it's going to be different for every person. And as far as, your goal goes, I think a good way of looking at how to figure what your goal should be is have a number in mind of what you want to spend, a paycheck or a month, and times it. If you're looking at how much you want to spend per month, take that and times it by 10. Don't times it by 12. And reason I say that is you're always going to have something that comes up to where that discretionary money that you're going to be spending on your stack needs to go somewhere else. You have an unexpected car repair, unexpected medical bill. You don't want those things to be a burden on your stack. So when I first figured my goal, for the year that I was looking to do, I underestimated how much I was going to have to spend. I had a really good tax return this year that I was able to, put a lot of that into the stack, and had a pretty decent pay raise a few months ago, so that's kind of helped out. But stack what you like, stack what you want, but don't overestimate how much you want to spend per period on your stack, I think.
Yeah. And what about you, Chrispy, for somebody new to the hobby, or I don't even know if I would call it a hobby. I just call it new to stacking, because I feel like it's more than just a hobby. It's like it's not coin collecting. I mean, it is a little bit, but I don't view it as a hobby per se. But
yeah, it could. I mean, it depends what you call it and how big you get. But one thing I've always had in the back of my mind is like Indy said, stack what you like, because then it'll be fun. Stack what you can afford. But I think the biggest thing is, and this is the real crux of it, and this is what catches a lot of people out, when it comes to stacking what you can afford, only get what, make sure that everything else is sorted out first before you buy that silver. So make sure your bills are paid. Don't stack it to the extent where it takes over and it becomes an obsession, and the other things start going by the way. Bills don't get paid because you think, I'm running short on my goal. I need another ounce this week, but the telephone bill needs to be paid. You've got to make sure it's relative to what you can earn and what you can afford. Like we're saving for a house this year, so we're putting a lot of money into a savings account. So I don't have a huge amount. My goal is $35 a week or $40 a week. That's what I have.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. That's all I can get. Anything else, I've got to work hard for. I get my extra money. It's got to be. You've got to be realistic with it. It can get addictive, and you will, once you see it grow, you want to keep it growing. But as a newbie, you've just got to make sure that you live within your means. And it was like an old fella once told me when I first started working.
Who, Yankee Stacking?
It was to do with shares. No, going back even before that. And this was to do with shares, because I was talking to him about investing in some shares. And he said, look, if you want to invest in shares, it has got to be with money you don't need. Okay, so money that is left over at the end of all of your bills and money that you don't need to have to live on. And I thought that was really cool, and I've always lived my life on that. So anything I've ever bought or got has been either saved for or has been with money that we didn't need. We've always made sure bills and everything else and food on the table before we ever invested in anything else like that. And I mean, I've only been stacking for just over a year now anyway. So, but I did dabble in shares a wee bit and paid the price. Bad investments.
Dude, you want to hear? This will make you feel better. When I was in my previous career and I was in sales, in between sales calls, I would do some day trading at my desk just to kill some time. And I bought at the time 75 shares of Apple stock for like $44. And then I saw it go up by like $10 at one point, and I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to sell, take that money off the table, and then I'll buy back in when the price dips. That never happened. It ended up doing a 2-for-1 split. And then after that, it ended up doing like a 7-for-1 split. So if I had kept my initial like $3,700 investment and left it alone, I would have had over like 220 grand worth of Apple stock right now. But because I'm a bucket head and I can't leave things well enough alone, I'm at the, it went up $10. All right, I'm going to sell it. You know, my wife was like, leave it alone. I'm like, no, we got to sell it right now. Son of a gun.
Yeah, because Apple, that's not a very steady company. They've got a lot of really outrageous ideas.
Yeah.
You never know.
You don't. Let me ask the chat too. Any other questions before we wrap? We're coming on 10:45. I've been going since 8:20, and it was kind of unplanned tonight. But after the 2 split, Apple went back to pre-split price in 30 days. Yeah, I know, but then it took off again. 143 Druid. I think that's pretty much it for me. And look, Chrispy's gone. Crispy left. So, hey, Indy, I was glad you were able to come on here. You know, this was just one of those things. It was Friday night. I had nothing to do. It was cool to have you on here. I was actually planning on approaching you at one point, but I'm glad we were able to do it now.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I like these live streams, and I'm still learning how to use the technology. I'm not old, but I'm like right on that cusp. When I was in high school, I was the last graduating class that had to take typewriting as a required course. But I was also the first graduating class in my high school that had access to computers from kindergarten through graduation. So I'm in that real weird.
Where were you, like 78? What are you, born 78 or 77?
80.
80? I'm older than you.
Yeah.
I was born in 79.
79, yep.
And
I snuck right into the back end of the Carter administration. So
yeah. I was born in 79. I was gonna guess you were my age. You know what, too? Once you shave the beard, I bet you're gonna look younger.
I look a lot younger without the beard. Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna see a jump in the female subscribers on your channel.
That's the goal. That's going to be the goal, I think. So.
But I think that you and I grew up in a time. There's been studies that we're not really considered Gen X, and we're also not considered Gen Y. And there's studies that are saying that the years 1977 to 1983 is this like smaller generation, and we're called Zennials. And basically, what that is like we grew up with like this technology boom, and we were the first adopters for that type of technology, but also with like the newer stuff with the millennials, where you've got, you know, Facebook, social media. We've also adopted that stuff as well. So it's like unique, this unique generation.
I read some articles sometime back that kind of coined a different phrase other than Zennials that I liked a lot better. They call it the Oregon Trail generation. And kind of as the throwback to that old PC game that we grew up with in elementary school, that you know, that one time a week when you walked down to the computer lab and you got to play Oregon Trail.
I remember Oregon Trail
on the old original Apple. So
remember the floppy disks, like the
plop that in and then flip it over and stick in disc 2, and so the Oregon Trail generation, it kind of a throwback to the name of the game, but also it's kind of we blazed a trail for learning about the technology. There was the generation before us, they had to cope with what was given to them, whereas we grew up with it from start to finish. We came in at the ground floor right when the computers first came in as children, so we were able to grow with it. As the technology advanced, we were able to be the first to grasp that.
Yes. Yeah, the 1980s were the best, in my opinion.
Music was better in the 90s, though.
Well, you could go back and forth on that too. You know what I mean? Like 80s had a lot more poppy type stuff. 90s, you and I were growing up listening to, grunge and what have you.
Yep.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam. Like I agree, 90s was great also. Chrispy, he kind of looks like a gangster rap kind of guy to me.
Yeah,
I was heavy metal, way heavy metal.
Actually, you do look like you would be the heavy metal type of guy.
Yeah.
But we're actually we're gonna wrap up. Chrispy, I'm glad you were able to pop back on here. I was like, what happened to him? I figured
my phone actually overheated and just switched off.
Wow, one of your kids did it.
Yeah, I'll blame this one.
It was Peyton. Peyton did it.
No, it was Hunter.
Happy birthday again, Hunter. Enjoy your birthday in a couple days, buddy.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to thank Chrispy, and I want to thank Indy for coming on to tonight's live stream. This was unplanned, and it was cool to be able to talk with the both of you. And to everybody in the stream and to the live chat, thanks so much for stopping by and talking with us. And everybody keep stacking, keep prepping. Long live the Empire.
And the best.